Hi guys, it's me Cordell again today. I've got a real short video on how to take an engine out of a Volkswagen dune buggy in particular. This is a 68 Spitfire. Now, the tools that you'll need, you're going to need two 17mm wrenches, a 13mm socket, a flat blade screwdriver, and a 1/4" socket in my case in order to get the throttle cable out. It's a pretty simple, straightforward job. The main things you got to remove is you got to remove the gas line, the throttle cable, the regulator wire, the coil wire, the oil light, which in my case I didn't have to in this particular buggy. Now the locations of your wires are going to vary between how your buggy was built. On this one, it was pretty straightforward. Just the only thing that I had to do was to take a couple zip ties off the intake manifold because the coil wires and the regular wires were attached to them. Now, I did say this was a 68 Spitfire, but it's actually built on a 1967 Volkswagen Beetle pan, because the reason how I know this is that it's a swing axle, but has a small 4-lug bolt pattern hubs on it, which was the only year it was set up this way. Right here I'm using a transmission jack. You can do this on the ground like I've done several times, but considering I have access to a lift, this just made it so much easier for me. Once you have the wires and stuff detached, and you can start going ahead and going in the back to your bell housing bolts with two 17mm wrenches. But though you'll find that only one bolt in particular needs two 17mm wrenches, the other ones have lock bolts, mainly actually studs in the bottom of there, which I'm taking out right now. I had to use the open end to actually get access to it because the way the swing arm mount was on this transaxle. I would have been able to remove the engine right then and there, but the way the body was designed, the fan shroud was hitting the very top of it, so I had to actually take a pair of vice grips and go in between the bell housing and slowly rotate the studs out of the block. Now finally we can get the engine down with help of my dad here. The actual total allotted time this really took was no less than really 19 minutes to start to finish. It does give us a pretty good fight right in here, but we eventually get it on down out the buggy. Now each one of these is unique. This one was actually so close they cut the top of the fan shroud down flat. It's right here that my dad notices that the throwout bearing is actually broken and is actually crooked in there and is actually ground against the transmission case. Once you have your motor down, all you needed to use is your 13mm socket. I have a little electric ratchet right here, as you can see, to make things easier, but it's just 6 little bolts and the thing comes right off, no problem whatsoever. You can pull a clutch out. Now we do realize on this particular one that we're going to have to order a flywheel because it has got a lot of pits and a lot of scarring in it. Thanks for watching.